Chapter 23. Sofia's essay Orthopensata Epigraph. Unexpected intimate sadness in the intraphysical consciousness is among the clearest primary indicators of interconsciousness intrusion of extraphysical origin. Waldo Vieira, Lexicon of Orthopensatas, Volume 2, page 1659, first edition. Sophia was an average 8th grade student. She didn't stand out much, but she didn't go unnoticed either. She completed her assignments and was polite, but always carried a distant look in her eyes. Teacher Oliver, who had followed her since the 7th grade, sensed a certain density around her. It was as if something were hanging over her head, a constant, though-nick cloud, difficult to define. Now in 9th grade, Sophia had become more withdrawn. She spent recess alone, avoided group activities, and only responded when necessary. Some teachers said she was stuck up. Oliver knew that wasn't true. One day, during a writing assignment titled Who Am I?, he asked the students to write freely. When he began reading the essays, one of them left him stunned. Sophia had written, "I'm someone who no longer knows if they're alive inside. I carry thoughts that don't feel like mine, as if someone else lives in my head. I've wanted to disappear, but I stayed. Sometimes I think these thoughts aren't mine, and that scares me." Oliver felt a tightening in his chest. That wasn't just creative writing. It was a silent cry for help. The next day, he called Sophia in for a conversation. With tact, he asked how she had been feeling. She avoided eye contact, but replied, "Sometimes I hear ideas that aren't mine, like a voice but without sound, just thoughts, and they tell me nothing is worth it." Oliver remained calm. He discreetly exteriorized energy. He sensed a dense coupling, as if a conscience were attached to her psychosoma, influencing her thinking. "Sophia," he said gently, "do you know what I think? I believe you're very sensitive, and sensitivity is a strength, not a weakness. But you have to learn to take care of your thoughts. Feed the good ones, question the bad ones. They don't always come from you, you know?" She looked him in the eyes for the first time. She seemed relieved. "That's it, teacher. Sometimes I feel like there's something in me that isn't mine." Oliver offered guidance in a cosmoethical way, without frightening her. He emphasized the importance of mental health, maintaining a healthy routine, and paying attention to her inner states. That night, he included Sophia in his penta session. In the following week, she began to socialize more. She smiled more often. One day, when handing in another essay, she wrote at the bottom, "Now I listen more to my own voice." Evolutive commentary. Conscientiological analysis of the story. Sophia's story powerfully illustrates the effects of pathological extraphysical heteropensenity on young, sensitive, and still developing consciences. The presence of invasive thoughts not recognized as her own suggests unconscious parasitic coupling with unbalanced consciexes, a common condition in contexts of emotional deprivation, low self-esteem, and social isolation. Teacher Oliver's assistential posture highlights the importance of technical listening and anonymous energetic assistance in school environments. By recognizing the those-nick pattern and silently applying exteriorization, he created favorable conditions for the initial decoupling and energetic rebalancing. The use of writing as a self-deintrusion tool through the essay is noteworthy. Many students express what they cannot verbalize aloud in class, and attentive teachers can identify signs of deep suffering through written expression. The therapeutic strategy involves ethically applied parapsychism, encouragement of self-worth, discrete inclusion in an assistential energetic field, and lucid validation of one's sensitivity. Not every thought is yours, but every positioning can be, including the one that says, "This doesn't belong to me." End of chapter 23. Sophia's essay from the book Between Classroom and Dimensions, Consciential Tales from School Life. Author, Fábio Klester. Written in May 2025, revised and expanded edition in November 2025, available in print in Portuguese and English through Clube de Autores, and free of charge on Google Play Books in ebook format.